Borderlands has done it again. Yet another masterfully crafted piece of DLC, lending credence to the notion that they are better at add-on expansions than main campaigns. These bite-sized adventures bolted onto the main game like a sick spoiler often present Borderlands at its very best, and this latest installment is no different. This is the Doc Awesome review of Guns, Love, and Tentacles. Wainwright Jacobs and Alistair Hammerlock are getting hitched, and we're all invited. They're having a destination wedding, planned by Gage, the Necromancer and Sir Hammerlock superfan from Borderlands 2. The location? Xylurgos, a frozen wasteland under a perpetual eclipse. Unfortunately, the venue is infested with worshippers of a Lovecraftian elder god, performing some dark ritual or other such nonsense. After the ensuing battle, Wainwright foolishly picks up a cursed ring and becomes the next vessel for whatever cosmic horror is being awakened. Now it's up to you and Sir Hammerlock to plumb the mysteries of this surreal place to find out what the hell is going on and put a stop to it in order to save their wedding. And maybe also the world. Like the handsome jackpot before it, Xylurgos is one of the most well-realized locations in the game. It is a fascinating place to explore, full to brimming with dangerous creatures and eldritch cultists to shoot. The ceremony is to take place in Cursehaven, a quaint little fishing town built in the corpse of a giant tentacled elder god called Githian, and it's populated with endearingly wacky characters. Mancubus Bloodtooth, the enigmatic proprietor of the lodge, is ludicrously creepy, able to imbue even the most commonplace noun with absurd levels of menace.
Taken a shine to me. I wish to offer only comfort and hospitality.
The best side quest sends you off to solve a mystery with the utterly tragicomic Burton Briggs, a cursed detective who can't remember anything. Briggs is the perfect Borderlands character, a strange misfit with a gimmick that could be really annoying, but so well written that it actually becomes charming by the end. It's that special kind of alchemy that makes Borderlands characters feel like friends. You like them because of their flaws, not in spite of them. You know, maybe I should do a whole other video about that. But back to the matter at hand. Along with these great characters comes some of the best writing in the game. A stark contrast with the failures of the main story. It perfectly balances introducing new characters with embracing the old, giving everyone equal opportunity to shine. As a result, it is able to more effectively express its themes. While the main campaign of Borderlands 3 is ostensibly about parenthood and mentorship, this is only realized in hindsight at the end of the game, when Typhon DeLeon shows up to exposition bomb you. While Ava is presented as the next generation of Vault Hunter, we don't see her learn from anyone or grow as a character. Her only change is suddenly getting siren powers. So, it's never really clear that she's meant to be a lighter reflection of the villain Tyreen. It just sort of occurs to you later if you're trying your hardest to reverse engineer what the writers of Borderlands 3 thought they were doing based on the loosely outlined plot that actually shipped in the game. It's not great. As the title may suggest, Guns, Love, and Tentacles is all about the power of love, from its central campaign down to its collectible fetch quests. The narrative frame is the Jacobs-Hammerlock wedding, and as soon as our grooms spend 5 minutes apart, They are beset by prenuptial jitters, worrying if they're good enough for each other, wondering how two such different people can possibly work together. You know, the usual stuff. Wainwright would prefer to sit by a cozy fire with a tumbler of fine whiskey, while Alistair would rather be off hunting rare and dangerous creatures. Along the course of your adventures together, you will encounter many examples of love's power, in both a figurative and a literal sense. There's the DJ that loves dark grooves so much he pays you to sample the sounds of your violence. A man so in love with a mythological fish queen that he makes himself a fish suit and dives into a frozen lake to his almost certain death. Mancubus Bloodtooth has a curious affection for cooking cursed cuisines from the Nibblenomicon. The antagonists have sold their souls and sacrificed countless lives so that their romance may endure forever. Confronted with all this evidence of love's power, our grooms are forced to admit that their differences pale in comparison to their affection for each other, and that they actually work together much better than they think. After all, how did they get through this cosmic horror crisis on their wedding day? Sir Hammerlock ventured off into the unknown to slay a monster, while Wainwright waited by the fire with a glass of whiskey, and everything turned out just fine. I only have two real complaints about this expansion. The first is that jumping part of the Empowered Scholar battle. You know the one. Platforming has always been bullshit in Borderlands, but especially so in a boss fight. The second is that the loot pool seems particularly stingy on Xylurgos. There are less legendaries to be found than in the Handsome Jackpot previously, and few of them are the new ones. Except for the Oldridian submachine gun. That thing follows me like a curse, making sure that any time I see that orange star pop up, I will feel only disappointment. Opening chests, even after major story events, was consistently lackluster. And defeating the final boss on Mayhem 3 did not yield a single legendary the first time I did it, which was a profoundly flat note to end the adventure on. Of course, I'll find them all eventually as I farm every boss, but a good adventure should end with at least one piece of promising loot. I'll say this. If you like playing Borderlands 3 and just wish the writing was a little bit better, Guns, Love, and Tentacles does not disappoint. I have played through it 4 times now, and am eagerly awaiting whatever expansion comes next. Well, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And now, if you'll excuse me, I think I hear Githian calling.
Love, man. It's all love.
Are you drunk? Is that even physically possible?
Look, the important thing is I'm feeling good and looking good. Ooh, dancing.